What's going on, YouTube? And welcome back here to another day here with the Diamond Lion. And today we are back in Minecraft's one-to-one recreation of Walt Disney World. And today we are back in EPCOT. And today we are going to be discussing a festival that takes place here at EPCOT, November 29th to December 30th. And it is EPCOT's International Festival of the Holidays. Now, this is a festival that's been going on for a pretty long time at Walt Disney World, and we've actually seen kind of a reincarnation of it at Disney's California Adventure in Disneyland. And this is a really good festival. Now, I can only say personally, this is the only festival I've been to, so it's easy for me to say this is my favorite because it's the only one I've been to so far. But I think there is so much that they offer here that a lot of people just really gravitate toward this one in particular. And it's very easy when basically, you combine, it's like peanut butter and chocolate. Disney and Christmas is a perfect match. It's a match made in heaven. And this festival really encapsulates a lot of that similar theme for Walt Disney World. Now, this is incredible. They have an entire setup. They must have just opened this because I think I was in here recently and I don't remember seeing any of this stuff. So this is all fairly new here, but they finally opened up Communicore Hall here in MC Magic. And I know it's been open in the parks for a little while, but I don't think it's been open on the server for all that long. So this is pretty new. And this is Spaceship Earth as a gingerbread, which is incredible. And you could buy the spaceship tiles. I think they're like $10 a piece for a gingerbread piece, but that's Disney today. Happy holidays. But yeah, this is a really nice festival, and coming to Communicore Hall, obviously they have stuff like this for the different festivals, and you've got the, I think it's called the Glittering Grove, which has a couple Christmas trees and things like that. You have the Gingerbread House, which honestly, this is a pretty basic setup, but it works. It serves its purpose. And you've got obviously the character meet and greet over here. And I love the decorations in EPCOT. Especially when you start going to the different pavilions, it is incredible just how detailed the garlands are in each area. Definitely make sure to go out of your way to do that, because they put so much, the detail that they put into each wreath and garland in each area, it fits that area perfectly. And one of my favorite Christmas trees too, definitely has to be the one here in World Plaza, or I guess it's what is it called? The International Gateway? I think that's on the other side, over by France and the UK, but this is a really nice Christmas tree. And I don't know if this is a myth. I feel like so many people have said it that at this point it's just taken as factual. But I believe the angel is pointing toward Cinderella's castle and the Magic Kingdom. I believe that is why the angel's facing that direction, but I could be wrong. If anybody has the clarification for that, let me know. But I feel like so many people have said that it's become a true, like it sounds right, and so many people have said it that it almost becomes its own thing, but I don't actually know if that's true or not. And obviously the garland doesn't look as nice here. As much as it could look in Minecraft, it looks nice, but I believe there's a lot of detailing, like there's like tiny globes in it and things like that to fit the EPCOT World Showcase theming. In each area, they have their own booths, and I'll try and name some of the booths for you if I can. So let's see what I can get here. And there's different types of food for the different areas. You've got the experimental prototype cookies of tomorrow, and that's one of those obviously being the gingerbread shingle from Spaceship Earth. The favorites of festivals past. You've got the holiday sweets and treats, refreshment port, swirled showcase, where they've got the nitrogen treats in World Showcase. You've got the Yukon Holiday Kitchen, which is the Canadian Pavilion. The La Marche de Noël Holiday Kitchen, that's in the France Pavilion. The La Ham Holiday Kitchen, which is between Morocco and France, and that's obviously for the Jewish and holiday festivities. The Tangerine Cafe, Flavors of the Medina, that's the Morocco Pavilion. The Shiwazu Holiday Kitchen, that's in the Japan Pavilion. Funnel Cake, which is in the American Adventure. The American Holiday Table. The Tuscany Holiday Kitchen, which is in Italy. The Bavaria, which is in Germany. Refreshment Outpost, which is between China and the Germany Pavilion. The Shanghai Holiday Kitchen, that's obviously in China. And the Las Posadas Holiday Kitchen, which is in the Mexico Pavilion. And then also in the Odyssey, they have the Holiday Hearth Dessert. And Joffrey's Coffee has some special stuff. They've got the Merry Mint Coffee Latte. They just have so much in there. There's a lot going on in that area. And then you consider probably my favorite part, because there's food for all the different festivals throughout the year, but they have some really good entertainment as well. In each pavilion, they have different storytellers. And I think that's part of the stuff here that really separates Festival of the Holidays from the other ones, because the food is the food, but I think the entertainment offerings really separate it a lot. And once we get over there, we'll get to the main one, which is in the American Adventure. We can't deny that. But there's also different storytellers in each pavilion. And I think a lot of people's favorite is in Norway. They have the Barn Santa, and he's kind of a mischievous little elf, and he's pretty funny. He makes people laugh. I would definitely say that's one I would try to catch. In China, they have the Golden Lion, which has like the 3 different people dancing inside the lion costume. That's really cool. In United Kingdom, they have the Santa Claus, but he's wearing a green costume instead of the regular jolly red suit. He's wearing a green Santa costume or suit. So you've got that. I'm trying to remember the other ones, but in pretty much all the pavilions, they have different types of characters that kind of represent that area. In Italy, I think they have I forgot it's like a Christmas witch, and similar story. She's got like this magic broom and things like that. So you just see different things that you probably wouldn't think anything of, like, oh, I didn't know Italy had a witch for their holiday season, right? So things like that. And that's really what this is about. Like, you're trying to learn the different cultures and how, you know, in America and here in the West, we celebrate Christmas with Santa Claus, right? And you give cookies and carrots and things like that, but all these different pavilions tell you how they celebrate that type of holiday, right? That time of the year, how they celebrate. And some are very similar, like in Norway or United Kingdom, and others, like China, where they have the Lunar New Year, which is a lot different, but also very similar in concept. In the American Pavilion, they do some really good stuff here. And in the main area for the American Adventure, this echoes the way this room works, and they have the a cappella group, which is that orchestra. I forgot their name. You guys are gonna have to remind me in the comments down below what their group is called, but they all dress up as carolers, and this is a must-see. I am not somebody that's huge with like music and the a cappella stuff, and I really thoroughly enjoy it and make it a point to go to that every time I come during the holiday season. It is something you definitely should try to go out of your way to see. And they decorate this all with garlands in here, and it is fantastic. It's really beautiful how they do that in here. So you've got that. You also have the American Adventure. And then in here, which, wow, they actually have it all set up. Oh, that's fantastic. Yes. MC Magic is on it all the time. This is incredible. Wow. That is awesome. So this is the pretty much the Candlelight Processional, which is where they have Disney cast members that sing the story of Christmas. And Disney tries to stay away from religious topics and things like that. But this is a attraction that one of the few in Walt Disney World that actually delves into the story of, you know, the story of Christmas. And they've been doing this for many, many years. It is so hard to get a dining package for this. I was lucky last year I was able to get one. But they have some really good narrators for this. You know, they've had in the past people like John Stamos. Obviously, Josh Gad is a big one. But they also have people like Brandon Fraser, Ralph Macchio, who is new, Gary Sinise, which is probably going to be a big one. I'd love to see Gary Sinise in there. Neil Patrick Harris, he's a usual one. They've had Whoopi Goldberg in here, Sterling K. Brown, Edward James Olmos, Gloria Estefan, Pat Sajak, and right around Christmas, right to wrap things up, they're going to have Jodie Benson in there. So they just have some really big Disney people that come in and have their own spin on this story. So you have, obviously, you have your choir, you have your people that kind of, it looks like a Christmas tree here. And this person that would be standing here is usually the special guest narrator, and they look over everybody and have kind of their take on the meaning of Christmas and the story of Christmas. And it really is. It is incredible what they do there. And sometimes the line for this, when I went with a dining package, was pretty much all the way past Japan here, like toward International Gateway. It's crazy how long the line gets for this. It really is something that people make it a point to go to this. And I will say, I'm kind of debating if I'm going to go back next year when I go back. It's one of those things I would definitely say you should definitely do at least once. But after that, for me, unless it's somebody that I genuinely want to see, I don't know if I would do it again. You know, if there was somebody like a Josh Gad or a Gary Sinise or a John Stamos, I think if it was somebody that I knew, I would make it a point to go if I was there during that time. But if not, I wouldn't necessarily be upset if I didn't go back for a couple of years. But it is one of those things that people definitely make it a point. Like, the day that you can get that dining package, if you don't get it that day, you probably aren't going to get it. Now, the only other way you can get it sometimes is if you go to Regal Eagle Smokehouse the morning of that Candlelight Processional. Sometimes you could go there when the park opens and try and wait in line for the standby here for Regal Eagle. And you very, very rarely can get one the day of. But it's very hard planning around that and things like that. So I would definitely try to make it a point to try not to have that happen. But it does happen. So yeah, there's a lot that happens here in the American Adventure. You could probably spend almost half your day, including the Candlelight Processional. You could spend a decent amount of time here. It gets very crowded in the American Adventure at night. And like I said, between the lines for this area, listening to the carolers, getting the food back here is very popular. The funnel cake, things like that. It's a very popular area here around the holidays. So definitely keep that in mind if you go over here. And Japan usually has a sushi Christmas tree. Now, I don't think they are doing that this year, but they usually have an interesting booth over here in Japan. So definitely make it a point to check that area out. Usually they have something a little bit more different than the normal palette of food that you see in the UK or Canada, or of course Mexico or America. Over by Morocco, they have definitely similar to Japan and China. They have some very interesting food over here for the more adventurous palates out there. And I really love this Morocco area. It is beautiful. I took pictures here on my last trip, and the photographer that was over here was incredible. He gave us some really incredible pictures here in front of this fountain. And the tile work they originally did here, they've since replaced it. Disney has gone in and done their own kind of take on it. But the original work was done by the government of Morocco. They actually had people come in and do that. And over here, this is where the laham, and I'm sorry if I misdid that, but I'm trying, guys. I apologize if I mispronounced it or said it wrong in any way. But yeah, this is where they have the Israeli storyteller come in, and it is incredible. Really, really nice. They talk about Hanukkah and the backstory of Hanukkah and why they celebrate Hanukkah, how they celebrate it. And it's really good for the kids, especially if they don't celebrate Hanukkah, to kind of get a perspective on maybe what their friends in school might be celebrating during the time of year that is a holiday maybe they don't celebrate. And of course, over by International Gateway, there's another area that gets very, very congested. Of course, during any time of year at night, because the fireworks, right? And you've got the Skyliner and stuff over here. I really love the International Gateway. This is one of my, as crazy as, I think because there's no attractions here is why I like this area so much. And Port of Entry, and you got World Traveler over here. And some of the views here are really nice. You've got the boats that take you to Disney's Hollywood Studios and some of the other areas right along there. And as we kind of move along here to the other side, you've got Father Christmas. I think it's Father Christmas in the United Kingdom. I was trying to think about it by the time we got here. I think it is Father Christmas here in the UK. And of course, you've got the Winnie the Pooh topiaries, which I love. So you've got that over here. I will say, though, I am not a huge fan of the restaurant here. I probably won't be going back. I think it's called the Rose and Crown. The food just really wasn't my cup of tea. It just wasn't my style, but at least I got to say I tried it. I definitely recommend that to anybody. Even if there's food that you wouldn't eat, definitely make it a point to go out of your way to try things that you maybe wouldn't think are that good. You definitely have to explore, especially in areas like EPCOT, where there's the easy option like the quick burger and the hot dogs. And I'm not against the people that are picky eaters that like that stuff, but if you have an open mind enough, definitely try some of that different cuisine, because it is really, it might be something that you never thought you would like or something you would never try. This is the place to do it. And you've obviously got Le Cellier here, which on my next trip, I am making it a point to go to Le Cellier. I really want to try out this restaurant. I have not been here. I really want to, though. So you got Le Cellier in there. Now we are back to Future World, or whatever they're calling it now. I think I'm going to be calling it Future World for a very long time until I figure out the new areas, however they're calling it now. I think is there bathrooms back here? What is this over here? I don't remember. But I guess they're still building it. Oh, the bathrooms are right here. So I'm not sure what they're building over there. I'm not sure what this is either, come to think of it. Because this has been behind a scrim in real life for a long time, so I don't really know what's going on there either. I know Journey into Imagination's back there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed making today's video. We've been posting a lot of content here on the channel, especially around the holidays. I really enjoy making these videos, and I really appreciate the support. You guys have been really enjoying the content, engaging with me, asking me questions about MC Magic and everything like that. I really do appreciate that. And if you guys have any other questions for me, let me know down below. I do have a Q&A series here on the channel, so if you're interested in having your questions answered, make sure to let me know down below. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys again next time.